Hello everyone, welcome to our Let's Play series of Torment, Tides of Numenera. This is Colonel RPG as usual, and I'm very happy that you chose to join me today as we pick up the scraps from a little battle that we had last episode. It was all good. We're really really well off in terms of all the items that we have, all the shins that we have, even though we're probably not gonna need them. But we're collecting them, and we're here in the middle of a very nasty place. And I'm not really sure what this is. Bone emerges from the walls like sap, growing itself into fantastical shapes. Skeletal remains are scattered amongst them, slowly dissolving into the floor. Okay, what could this be? Like the ear or something? Because how do we hear? As humans, I mean. I suppose other animals might have the same. Ooh, black stone rings. It's a usable item. Oh, okay. I'll take that. Let's see what that is. But isn't it like through bone that we hear? So it could be like, you know, like a sort of, I don't know. This curious object is a pair of linked rings made of a black stone-like substance. Together they are solid, the size of a clenched fist, but they can be disjointed and connected again, each time reforming it into perfect circles. I like a fun game. Let's try and mix that. This curious object consists... it's the different description. Consists of a pair of heavy linked rings made of black stone-like substance. Locked together, they appear completely solid, roughly the size of a clenched fist. The rings are large enough to fit around a human wrist. Okay, let's inspect them first. Oh, nice. Regarding them more closely, it strikes you that these are not two separate rings, but rather two representations of the same ring. Putting your ear to them, you hear a slight hum of transdimensional power. You feel like they could be useful somehow, though it's not immediately apparent what that use might be. Let's try to discern the function of these rings then, using whatever that was, that skill. That's fine. That's done. Did I... Oh, I basically identified the item. What the game does is removing an item, giving me the other item. Yeah, it's fine. After some time experimenting with locking and unlocking the rings, you confirm they are two representations of one whole wall, and the energies they share can be used to transmit matter. The most obvious way to use these would be to wear them as bracelets. The question of activation is one of more experimentation. The question of activation is one of more experimentation. Shouldn't it be of... Is one more... No, what? Shouldn't it be... I don't know, that more is a little bit... Yeah. After poking, prodding, and rubbing the bracelet in various ways, you find it can be activated by squeezing it in a certain spot. Doing so will swap the positions of the two people wearing these bracelets. Traitorous rings. Why is it called that? So I got... How? What? But what bracelets? Where's my bracelets? Seriously. Oh, it's these. Oh, okay. So who else has it? Well, you could have one. Orb of perception. What? Swap positions with target ally. Okay, so it's not a normal... Yeah, okay, so the description kind of was throwing me off. Basically, it's a normal thing. It just allows me to swap position with a target ally, which I will do with him, because he can use ciphers, and I'm kind of full of them already. Well, full, not as in tired, but as in, you know, full. The reef of bone is almost beautiful. Perhaps these are skeletal remnants of the bloom's victims, transformed by the bloom for some purpose of its own. Okay. Yeah. The Anine's limbs are stiff, and it stinks of decay. It appears to have been stabbed and hacked to death. Indeed. I remember what I said, that I would be playing very, very close up. And I just tend not to, because it's all new places and all that sort of stuff. But close up, it's cool, because we see all the details. Not that these details would be... That's not the stuff I want to see. This place looks nasty. There's a person over here, though. This dead woman bears numerous stab wounds, probably inflicted by the predatory echoes that seem to infest the gullet. Judging by the scrawled maps and notes that are stuffed amongst her things, she may have been an explorer or a bloom guide. It looks as though her belts and pouches are mostly intact. And I just got an obedient rope. I wonder if this was made by the elves of Lothlorien. Is it Lothlorien? Is it? I think it is. Or Lothlorien is the... I don't... Anyway, doesn't matter. You kneel down... It's just... references, guys. Never mind. You kneel down next to the corpse and let your trained eye rove across her body. Here, a pouch seems to bulge, and your hand dips in and returns with a handful of shins. The pocket lies flat, and you ignore it. And you realize that the guide's belt is no such thing. It's a length of Sphincter rope, about 15 meters long, and as you touch it, it uncoils from her waist, almost as if it were responding to your need. It coils itself towards you, and you place it among your possessions. Okay, made from the... So, it's just a... Can I use that? It's an artifact. It's not an oddity, but I can't use it. It's not like a usable thing. Let's search the corpse again and see what happens. You don't find anything else of value. Let's keep searching, because I can press 1 all day long. No, I can't. Okay, that's good. That's good. Also, I've noticed this before. This game uses metric measurements more often than I've never seen any imperial measurements in this game. But isn't In Exile American? And by American, I mean, of course, from the United States. That was a source of confusion, or are they not? Maybe they're not. They should be. Brian Fargo is American, right? I mean, he does have a peculiar name, but then again, all Americans have peculiar names to me. What do I know? I'm Portuguese, so. Yeah, Fargo is kind of. I don't know. It's probably the very old family, of a very prestigious history and all that sort of stuff. I'm just insulting everybody called Fargo right now. This looks like a fountain thing. Yeah, Colonel. Yeah, just swiftly change the subject and stop your stupid nonsense. A cluster of bloom tongues sprout from the floor. One of them, thinner than the rest, has developed a leak, and its vile juices flow energetically into the pool. My God. Okay, one thing is for sure. These guys know, well, they know how to write, but they know how to write nasty stuff. Stuff that really repulses me. I don't usually get repulsed by descriptions. I have in the past. This is not a first for me. But I'm not a very squeamish person. Squeamish, I believe, is the word. I'm not a very squeamish person. But some of these things just, I don't know. But yeah, let's use the obedient rope. Oh. Okay. To the tube, though. What tube is this? Let's step away from the tubes. Oh, the tube is this. So I can tie a rope to the tube, to this tube that's over there, even though the leaking tube, it said something different. It said the arms or the tendrils or whatever. Let's use the obedient rope. You command the rope. Oh, whoa. Oh, we're gonna need to stop this? Is that our exit? You command the rope to cinch itself tightly around the tube and choke off the flow of bloom juice. The vein behind it bulges, then subsides, as the liquid is apparently pumped elsewhere in the bloom. There's a good length of rope left over. The level of the pool drops noticeably. If you manage to block all the liquid going into the pool, it looks like the remaining rope will be long enough for you to descend into the drain. And let's step away from the tubes. Now, I might be wrong. I might be wrong here, but this would never happen. I'm just now noticing it. This would never happen. Right? It needs to be perfectly stabilized. All you had to do is just do what happened before. So there's a possibility that he might, but the thing is, there are, let's pretend, 100 liters per second going down through that little hole over there, right? Which means, because the level is always staying the same, it's like in a sink. If you want this to happen in a sink, this needs to be 100 liters, 100 liters per second going down. And when this was going in, you know, you could have a stability. It's tricky, but, you know, with this amount of water, it is not as tricky as it seems. You can have that. It's okay. But as soon as you break that balance, for whatever reason, this would go down forever. It would disappear because the amount of liquid would be like, let's say 60 liters per second. That'd still be 100 liters per second. Now, of course, there's another thing that I'm not considering, and I don't know if it is possible physically. The thing is, the rate at which the liquid goes down over here can be modified, because there's actually air in the middle. If there isn't, because of the extremely low compression that liquids tend to have, compressibility, I believe is the word. Basically, the weight above them doesn't actually influence the flux, which is the name, the technical name, I believe. But because there's air, the flux would be altered, especially with a situation like this. So it could be that now, well, it has to be that since we have 60 liters per second coming in, that these turns into 60 liters per second, and the change would be precisely because, you know, there's less weight above. But that would never happen, though. I find that it's incredibly unlikely. You'd have to have extreme amounts of what's the word? Nastiness, basically. Nastiness is the word in that liquid. And this, oh, wait a minute. I thought this was a maw, but don't you move at me. Don't you move. What? These things are moving. I don't enjoy. Yeah, so I thought this was a maw, but it's not. We're gonna need to close them, but we didn't close the other one because we didn't have the tool, but now we do. The sealant bomb to close the sphincter. From a bloated sphincter, this bloom has a lot of sphincters. A bloated sphincter in the wall, a vile mix spews into the room, flowing down into the pool. It smells like a foul coupling of sewage and vomit. Sure. You, just do that. Oh my god. Go away. You shove the metal orb into the opening and it explodes, encasing the interior of the sphincter in a blob of instantly hardened synth. The surrounding flesh bulges, and the sphincter emits a great numbling groan, but the seal holds firm. Ugh. The level of the pool drops as one of its sources is cut off. Yeah, so basically the same principle applies as before. This is not possible. It's just not possible. I didn't even interact with that before. I could have. I mean, I didn't. I didn't. So now I don't know what that is. Rancid bile flows from the opening into the pool. It spirals down into the chamber below. Let's use the sealant spray to block the flow liquid. Oh, so that's what we needed the other charge from. You spray the sealant across the open... Oh, no, because the other one was a bomb, not actually... Oh, okay, so we use the bomb and then we use the spray. You spray the sealant across the opening, bonding it shut. The blocked arteries swell and bulge, but they show no immediate sign of rupture. The last bit of liquid in the pool drains out. There's a hole at the bottom, an entry into a lower chamber. Now you just need to find a way down. Well, there it is. There's nobody around. Everybody's dead. Everybody's gone. There's a Murden over there. Don't tell me I need to... What are these guys doing here? I killed you already. At least they're not doing noise. Yeah, I killed them. There's one Neshian over there. So I need to feed the maw here, I'm pretty sure. This might be a side room, though. It looks like something that it's not necessary. But let's see. Hey, Decore, I need you to, I don't know. Yeah, he looks at you with and waves the blade half-heartedly. He's got a blade, as if he were threatening you instinctively, but can't be bothered to make it mean something. And his voice is as flat as before. You brought the maw back, he says, but there's no heat in his voice. He blinks once, as though he's been struck, and his gaze hardens. I'm the life taker, Dakor. You're in my territory. That's okay. So he goes back to the same thing. So we got a bunch of agains. Yeah, dude, offer yourself to the maw. It's really cool. It tastes nice. Yeah, and also it's your only escape. He idly passes his knife, as I expected, passes his knife between his fading hands and resolutely ignores your face. His lip is trembling. Oh, No, he says at last. I won't give in. Neither will any of the others. I promise you. Really? He's mumbling. So what? Oh. The Murden. The Murden is completely incomplete despair. You guys remember? I figured he would have like a baby Murden or something because he had a bundle, and that my assumption was mostly just because of the name.
Who's going to stop us now?
What? Can you shut up? Why did you lag behind, you idiot? Let's go, Vanessian. You're gonna give yourself over. I don't remember you actually. Vanessian turns, wringing his transparent hands, a half-hearted smile on his transparent face. Well, I found a maw that eats the spear. It might end your suffering. Is that what it would do, he says, and his voice is sharper than you've heard it before. I'm not so sure. I don't think you are either. And he shakes his head. I will remain here. Things can always be worse. Oh, come on. I'm gonna need to mess around with a Murden. Seriously? And then these guys are all broken. I mean, I suppose I could do something with them all myself. I'm gonna need to freak this Murden out. The decisions here. Yeah, it's fine. Oh, I can touch the magnetic amulet. That's not something I did before. Let's ask this first. What's that bundle you're holding? Because last time around we just retreated. Waving you away, the Murden clacks its beak and hisses in agitation. Then he clutches the ragged bundle even tighter against its body. Bundle, 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 bundle. Let's touch the magnetic amulet. Whoa. You place your hand on the amulet, and the Murden immediately clutches its head and screeches piteously. Its mental static echoes back and forth between the Murden and the amulet, overlapping and intensifying. The pain gets worse for you, too. Just as you are about to remove your hand from the amulet, the Murden groans and collapses to the ground, unconscious. Okay, let's search his belongings. Oh, that's not... This egg-shaped object is made of pearly white synth. The moment you touch it, a lively tune begins to play in your mind, and the egg adheres to your hands, preventing you from accidentally dropping it. You unwrap the ragged cloth bundle that the Murden was trying to hide from you. Inside, you find an egg-shaped object of pearly white synth. When your hands brushes against it, you hear cheerful music. You also find something that looks like an adorably fuzzy head mounted atop a metal cylinder. The head is alive and appears to be dozing. You take both items. What? How is that usable? That's a Furby. That's not adorable. Furbies are the worst. If I don't, it's like, this rectangular device is topped with the head of a furry, vaguely feline creature. Well, yeah, kind of. The head appears to be dozing. Occasionally it makes soft cooing sounds. What the hell is a candy dispenser? How is that usable? Oh, okay. Can I search the Murden again? The Murden's pockets are filled with gobbets of raw blue meat that have been gnawed and spat out. These disgusting strips of flesh are intermixed with a few worthless trinkets that no one, besides a Murden, would find valuable. Let's continue searching. Okay, let's leave him alone. He's still up, but maybe that's actually the reason. But I think, were these quest items? Yeah, the egg is a quest item. This is not. What the hell is that? This is a rectangular device with the likeness of a furry feline creature's head at one end. It may be some kind of toy, and the device grows warm in your hand, and with a wide yawn, the creature opens over-large eyes and gazes up at you with love-struck awe. With 2 clicks, the outlines of long, slender, 4-fingered hands protrude from either side of the device. What's your name? The creature responds, rubbing its furry head against the pad of your thumb. Head on a stick, hey? Tibir says, leaning in. Saw something like this at a party once, except it wasn't an adorable little creature. He ponders it, trying to remember. It's not adorable! It's the worst! It's crazy! This is the stuff of nightmares! Ah, yes, he says. It was this sort of fleshy stalk with 7 faces. It opened its mouth and screamed, satisfy my breathing holes, he said. Oh, there's 1,000 ways to kill the mood at an orgy, and that turned out to be one of them. Well, yes. Can you speak? The creature purrs deep in its throat, making the device rumble in your palm. What the hell is a vibrator? This is a vibrator. What the freaking hell? Okay. Eratis is in on the action as well. It's adorable, he says. And he breathes. Let's keep it forever. Give me a few months and I'll knit it a little blanket. Well, you're gonna need to knit. I don't. It's what. Let's examine it. See what it is. You turn the device over to examine the casing. The creature coos with interest at the sight of the floor. What the hell? On the bottom opposite the head, you find a carving of a stylized sun with a hole at its center. You don't recognize that's where for the stuff where the sun don't shine. You don't recognize the symbol, however, and can't tell if it's a maker's mark or something else entirely. How should I know? I don't know who makes Furbies. Is this a reference? Tiny indentations beneath the protruding hands catch your attention. They seem more than simple decoration. Oh, you run your finger over them, probing carefully. Ribs. They appear to be this creature's ribs, pushing through the warm skin of the device. No it's not. No it's not, but I'm afraid. I mean, if it's alive, I don't want to kill it. Especially because my friends like it. Let's squeeze the protruding hands. Oh, the hands? Not the ribs? I thought it was the ribs. What the hell happened? You pinch the hands against the side of the device. Eee! The creature says, its eyes widening. A tiny bulge moves up its tinier throat. Eee! Blech. Not with, hopefully not with that manly voice. That would be funny. It spits out a rectangular tablet with a tiny poot. I don't even. What the hell is wrong? Oh my god. Okay, focus, girl. Focus. Focus. It's the good one. Look at that. A pastel blue candy that permanently increases intellect by 1 and also heals 30 points of health. Pretty decent. An obnoxious, cute feline creature spat out this rectangular tablet when you squeezed its hands. It smells of fruit, yet it feels organic. I have no idea what that's. I don't. Holding it makes, but yet it feels inorganic, not organic. Inorganic to the touch. Holding it makes your skin tingle, a sensation that promises great mental succor if you ate it. Well, I'm the sucker that got it, so who cares? Let's see what happens. You pick up the object. It smells of fruit and makes your skin tingle. You look back at the creature. Brrr, it says, its eyes darting between the tablet and your mouth. Apparently, you're supposed to eat it. Can I eat it? Oh, come on. It'd be funny if I could eat it right now. Yeah, well, you're going away, mister. You're going away. I don't even... oh my god. Let's eat it right now. What? Oh, it's a cipher. Ah, it makes sense, actually. Let's use it.
I could stand a little more of that.
That was pretty good. We're not going to need to sleep in the nasty glens-like thing that is over here. Duh. Diseased glens as well. Okay, so now let's see if the egg is gonna be required for this maw. Hopefully it is, and that's that. And hopefully in there's a little place like the one of the Murden's treasure place. So the oh yeah, I can also do this. I forgot about that. But it's fine. The flesh of this maw is dark and scabrous. It keeps itself tightly shut like the puckered mouth of an ancient crone, or the dried up asshole of a Furby. You can hear its voices, and they are unusually sharp, almost painful to hear. Yeah, this one is cruel and all that. Observe the behavior of the maw's tongues. Let's see what happens. The tendrils wave gently through the air, torpid and aimless. They don't seem to be interested in anything nearby. Oh, I'm gonna cut you open. Let's listen to carefully to the voices. The water of the bloom has made your thoughts blurry, yet its hissing seem almost like a language to you. Their meaning half forgotten, just out of reach. Because I'm, you know, I drank the water of the bloom, as it were. The whispers are full of despair, born of centuries or perhaps millennia in the fetid bowels of the bloom. This must be the emotion that sustains this maw. Perhaps it's the only emotion it truly understands. Okay, so the egg is not, I don't need the egg. Why would I need the egg? Why do I want the egg? Why is it a quest item? Mr. Murden, can I give you back the egg? I'm gonna say before I do that, actually. But I hope I can, because it has nice music. You're just checking out the music. The Murden lies unconscious on the ground, still breathing. Its static field is weak and fluttery. Okay, so it's not... I mean, it's not like he's gonna... He's feverish and all nasty. I don't know. I don't know what that's supposed to be. There's nothing else over here for us to check. So I'm just gonna go cut open the maw. It's not gonna like us, but screw the... I don't think the bloom is gonna like me too much with the whole things I'm doing, to be honest. I'm gonna cut it open with a scalpel. Yeah! You thrust the scalpel into the tough, fibrous flesh of the maw and begin to saw through its puckered mouth. It gives way easily, and the bloom's voices respond with a shriek of rage. Skin tears, gristle snaps. I don't know what gristle is, but it's not good that it snaps. And the maw opens. Okay, let's go on in. But first, let me check. Okay, yeah, I'm always waiting to be able to get back to the white maw place, or white silver thingy. Dang it, not silver, not white, not anything. What the hell? It's a small place. Yeah, you know, unaffiliated tide, basically. Because I kind of wanted that. But, I lost it. I lost it. I'm too good at your shoes. I'm two shoes that are goody. What is this? Towering before you stands a massive rebone, with most of the flesh eaten away. And we got clearly soon-to-be aggressive things. Right away, it didn't even talk to me, just like, we're initiating a crisis over here. You have no business doing here, master. Yeah, okay, well, if I have no business here, then it means it's the end of the episode. So I'm Colonel RPG, and this has been Torment, Tides of Numenera. I really hope you've enjoyed it, and if you did, go ahead and leave a comment, like the video, but above all, thank you so much for watching, and I hope I'll see you next episode. Bye-bye.